Hello well-wishers and welcome to my channel Aspiring Minds. In today's video, we are going to discuss Rabindranath Tagore's very beautiful poem called Maya. So grab your virtual seats and let's begin. In this video, we are going to discuss the background and context of the poem, their central message. I have also given you the stanza-wise explanation along with the word meanings to each line of the poem, and also we are going to discuss the major themes of the poem in details. To tell you about the background or context of the poem, Maya is a philosophical poem by Rabindranath Tagore that delves into the concept of illusion or Maya, a central idea in Hindu philosophy. It represents that sense of illusion about the world and the perceived separation between the self and the divine, that is, how we think that we are individual beings and God is different, but the poet is trying to say that both human beings and God are part of the one same world. The central message of the poem explores the idea that individual ego, that is the concept of I, it creates an illusion of separation from the divine, from the God, causing a sense of self-importance. That is what we do when we say, this is my phone, this is my thing. So what are you doing? You are trying to create a separation between yourself and the other person by not sharing it. So this self-importance that you give yourself, it creates a barrier to experiencing the true unity that is there between you and God. If you consider yourself one with God, you will see the problems of your life being solved. So the poem emphasizes the transient nature of existence and the ultimate dissolution of the ego in the realization of the divine. Why is it that you meditate? Why is it that you sit in silence whenever your mind is with a rush of thoughts in your head? Because you want to just relax and connect with your surroundings and with God based on whatever are your beliefs regarding God. So that is what is being expressed in the poem. Stanza 1 introduces the theme of illusion or Maya and the ego's tendency to emphasize itself, to give yourself importance. When you try to blur the perception of divine unity, it is only when you are in trouble do you want to turn to God. So the speaker reflects on how the ego, represented by the pronoun I in the poem, magnifies itself and it distorts reality or does not want to accept reality, casting colorful shadows on divine radiance. This distortion is attributed to Maya, that is, there is an illusion that is created in the minds of human beings of being separate individuals than the divine. In stanza 2, we see an elaboration on the concept of self-imposed separation from the divine and the proliferation of the ego, resulting in a fragmented sense of self. You will see that you are being, separated from God. The speaker over here suggests that the divine, in the poem mentioned as thou, creates a barrier within itself, leading to a sense of separation. This self-imposed separation manifests as the individual ego. The severed self, as mentioned in the poem, meets with its own various or multiple identities. That is, you might be a mother at home, you might be a homemaker at home, at office you might be a teacher, an engineer, a scientist. So human beings are multifaceted. The ego's illusion of being separate becomes ingrained or fixed in the mind of the speaker, and that is the reason that you start giving yourself importance and you're not able to connect with God or the divine. Stanza 3 depicts the dynamic and the transient nature of existence, highlighting the dissolution or fading away of the ego as one realizes the presence of the divine. That is, the speaker over here describes the cosmic drama unfolding when emotions, tears, smiles, alarms, and hopes come to the forefront, symbolizing how human beings keep changing with the different experiences they have in life. Amidst this change, the speaker perceives the defeat of the ego within itself as a reflection of the divine. That is, even if you think that you're losing your identity, don't worry, it is because of divine interference that you are being forced to give up on a particular identity. Whenever we lose a job, we think, oh my god, I will never be a teacher again, I will never be a scientist again, but it is all God's will. And when that is happening, you need to just submit to the will of God and then move ahead to see what is the next identity that is waiting for you, because perhaps that next identity is the one that is going to bring you closer to the divine or God. Stanza 4. Here the speaker portrays the diversity and the complexity that lies in creation by veiling the underlying unity of the divine. That is, the speaker describes the illusionary screen which is created by the divine. You will see that God puts you into a certain role because that is what God wants you to do. However, you need to understand that within the life of an individual there are countless forms and patterns that we play in life, and it is all just as there is diversity in creation, whether it is the plants, the sky, the planets, the animals. Creation is diverse. It has so much of variety. That same variety, because you are a human being, you are also God's creation. God is wanting you to exhibit that diversity, to bring out that variety in yourself, which is why in your life you are put through different roles. So behind this veil lies the divine essence, and whoever is able to understand that you will never remain fixed in one role, your job will never be permanent, your role as a mother, as a daughter, as a daughter-in-law, as a son, it's never going to be permanent. You will see your identity keeps changing as you learn to interact with more number of individuals. So this is all happening because God wants variety to be added to your life. The final stanza celebrates the cosmic dance of unity and diversity which echoes through eternity. That is, the speaker envisions the grand spectacle of unity between the divine and the individual, that is, between thee and me, symbolizing the cosmic interplay of unity and diversity. The air resonates with their harmony, transcending time and space. So the three major themes of this poem include illusion versus reality, ego versus divine, cosmic harmony, and we are going to now discuss each of these in details. The poem deals with the concept of Maya, which represents the illusory nature of separateness and the deceptive quality of reality. That is, Maya is the veil, that barrier that temporarily blurs the truth from individuals, leading them to perceive themselves as separate, different from the divine. Through the imagery of colored shadows and barriers, Tagore illustrates how the ego tends to distort reality, creating a false sense of self-importance and separation. However, beneath this illusion lies the ultimate reality of being united to God, where the distinctions dissolve and all is interconnected. The poem explores the intricate relationship between the individual ego and the divine essence. The ego, represented by the pronoun I, tends to assert itself, creating a sense of separation from the divine, that is thou. This self-imposed separation leads to fragmentation of the self, a breaking down of the self into different roles. Now, the poet highlights how the ego's preoccupation with self and the illusion of distinct individuality can create a barrier in experiencing the true reality of life. The poem celebrates the cosmic harmony between the divine and the individual ego, symbolizing the eternal interplay of unity and diversity. Tagore portrays the relationship between the divine and the individual ego as a grand pageant that overspreads the sky. This imagery suggests a cosmic dance where the unity of the divine and the diversity of the individual expressions create a perfect harmony. That is, when you learn to accept the different roles that you have to play, not just throughout the day but also in your life, there is going to be a perfect harmony, because you will be able to understand that everything that you do is predetermined, is written already, and you are just mere puppets enacting the script written by God. So that's it from this video. I hope you liked it. Do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more such future updates. Thank you for watching. Bye.